Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bryndís, and today I want to talk to you about the books I've been reading this past week. I also have a little book haul. So, I finished my PhD. Whee! I successfully defended my PhD dissertation on Thursday, 27th of November, which would be Thanksgiving Day for you in the US. And it was such a fantastic and good positive experience, and yeah, I'm kind of still recovering for sure, and I don't think I've quite landed yet or like understood that it's done, but yeah, it is done. I had a reception after the defense, and I got some really nice gifts and a couple of books actually, which was really, really nice. So I'm going to start by showing you those books. I almost forgot the best part of the book haul, so I had to like put it in here. I hope the editing wasn't too crazy, but so this is my dissertation, my PhD dissertation. It's quite the book. Yeah. First of all, I got this is basically quotes from Icelandic literature. So I thought that was just really nice, and so I can like memorize a couple of these quotes, go to a party, speak them, and then people will think that I'm super smart. So that's cool. This is kind of a really nice present to get and just a fun book to have. I also got another Icelandic book, which is Advent by Gunnar Gunnarsson. This is a classic. It was published, I think, in 1936. And as the name suggests, it's about something that takes place in December, in the Advent. So it's about Benedict, the main character, who goes to look for his sheep that are like stuck somewhere in the mountains during a winter storm. And it's been translated into like 20 languages all over it's quite a famous, within quotes, Icelandic classics, and it's been sold, more than 1 million copies been sold. So it's short. It's like 117 pages. So it's like a novella, I suppose, kind of. I think it's a novella rather than a short story. So it's not long, and I'm definitely going to be reading this during Advent. So starting today is the first Sunday in Advent. So very, very fitting. And I have actually been wanting to read this book for years. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So Advent by Gunnar Gunnarsson. So I'm very happy that my uncle and his wife gave this, was part of their gift to me. And then one of my supervisors, gave me this book. So this is a poetry book by Donna Asworth, To the Women. And wise words every woman needs. So this is a kind of, it's kind of, I suppose, feminist poetry. I'm not a huge reader of poetry, but I'm very excited to have this book. And again, it's more the memories connected to it, and that this was a gift from my supervisor. And I definitely will like look through it for sure. But yeah, those were my little book haul that I was gifted for this defense, like finishing of the PhD. But what I've been reading, so I'm continuing to read Mary Barton by Elizabeth Gaskell. I've been reading this for a while now. So it's set in Manchester in the 1940s. Mary Barton is the main character. She's a young woman, and they are like her father was a factory worker or mill worker, and there's like some tension between the factory owners and the workers and the unions, and romantic relationships and father-daughter relationships and all sorts of relationships and grief, and there's so much going on in this book. I did read about, I think, 4 or 5 chapters this week, so I'm getting closer to the middle, and I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I cannot say that I'm necessarily loving it. It hasn't grabbed me quite yet. So still it's more of a like, I want to read it, kind of a little bit of a slog, to be honest. But when I sit down and I read, I really do enjoy what I'm reading. So I'm just gonna continue to get this done. Hopefully I would like to get it done within the next couple of weeks, but I also don't want to rush through it and not read it properly because I'm trying to finish it. So I would rather just read one couple of chapters a week until I finish it. So we'll just see how that goes. The other book that I've been reading for the last couple of weeks is The Old Curiosity Shop by Charles Dickens, and I finished. I finished it. I was so stressed in the days before my defense that I didn't sleep, and I just laid in bed awake listening to The Old Curiosity Shop. It was a really good company to have during my stressful waking hours, for sure. But it made it so that I was able to finish it. So a good thing, I suppose, that I couldn't sleep. But this book was fantastic. This is the 4th book by Charles Dickens that I've read this year, and I've loved all of them, and I really enjoyed this one. It's about Nell, who is a granddaughter of this man who has some pretty serious issues, and kind of they are like traveling around a little bit, basically on the run. And then we have Christopher or Pip. I think it was Pip. Yeah, I think Pip, and who is this kind of also very poor young man who is trying to take care of his mother and his mother is a widow and his very young siblings. And then there's this absolutely horrible villains who Charles Dickens is really good at writing the villain. And I was just like, the villain made me have homicidal tendencies, because I would just like, he was a very villainy villain. And oh my God, she did such a good job. He did such a good job with making that villainy. Okay, I have a guest here who is being quite disrupted here with my video. So I think maybe I should just introduce her. Oh my God, you're so difficult. This is Dimma. Hi. She always looks as if you are like torturing her. As you can see, she's a Chihuahua and a Silky Terrier mix. 8 years old. Are you 8 years old or 9 years old? Oh, maybe she's 9 years old. So quite the old lady, but she's visiting. So, you want to go? Oh, sorry. Okay. If you hear all the plip, 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 tipper, tapper, plip, plipper, plapper, what, how do you say it? On the floors, it's her running around here. But, oh my God, the last maybe 2 hours of this audiobook. So the audiobook was narrated by Juliet Stevenson, and she's the perfect narrator for classics. Like all the classics I've heard her narrate, it has been perfection. And so I would say for the last 2 hours of the audiobook, I just sobbed. I cried and cried and cried and cried and sobbed and sobbed and cried and cried. Because there were just these resolutions, and you were like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And then you know the way they do it. These authors, they are just terrible. It's really good, but really terrible. But yeah, I'm really happy that I finished the book, and I'm not gonna read any more Charles Dickens until the new year, I think. Or might read maybe a ghost story or something in December, because I know that there is this read-along of Charles Dickens ghost stories. So I may find one of those and read or listen to it as an audiobook or something. But the next novel I'm not gonna get to until January or February. So I'm, in case you're new, reading Charles Dickens in publication order, and I'm trying to space it out and not just finish it like this, because that's kind of my tendency to do that. Yes, so I finished Charles Dickens, and I needed something else to have as an audiobook. And I did consider picking something from my TBR jars, something off my shelves. But then I saw Pat at Book Chat with Pat talk about the new book by the author of Legends and Lattes. And she was talking about that book and how she loved it. And I had it as an audiobook. So now I'm listening to Legends and Lattes. And it's narrated by the author. And he's actually doing a pretty good job. I mean, I'm always a little bit skeptical when authors narrate their own books, simply because they are not voice actors or anything. At least usually they are not, trained in that way. So, but he's doing a pretty good job. I enjoy it, and I'm really enjoying that book. I'm maybe just over halfway through it, so I will just talk about it next week. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's hilarious. It really is hilarious with that orc and all those creatures doing and just enjoying the coffee. It feels like a love letter to coffee, this book, really. It's just really fun. And yeah, but I will talk about it next week when I should have finished it. And I think that is it. So I'm just going to continue to read Elizabeth Gaskell's Mary Barton. But I think I'm also going to maybe start to dive into the Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. I want this to be my physical read in December. And yeah, so I'm gonna just kind of maybe go between these two in December until Christmas. And I really look forward to this one. This is a prequel, actually, to the Priory of the Orange Tree, and which I read earlier this year, and I'm really excited. And I saw somewhere, I can't remember if it was in a bookstore or if it was in a video on BookTube, the cover of the new book. So she has the third book in this now a trilogy, and it looked, I can't wait to buy that and read that as well. But I'm not gonna buy it until I'm ready to read it, and I can't really buy it until I'm done with reading 50 books for my Read What You Own challenge. So I might break that rule and buy the book so that I can, and then start immediately to read it. I think that should be okay. But yeah, so this is gonna be a book that I'm gonna start from 1st of December, I think, or at least in December. Really look forward to that. I think that's that. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Yeah, it's just been a lovely week, and I can't wait to see kind of how this new life of mine, being done with a PhD, is going to look like. But I definitely know that there's going to be a lot of reading, because that's what I really enjoy. And of course, I've been really enjoying all of the pomp and circumstance surrounding having a PhD, because That's what you have to do, right? I love this cup, and yeah. But thank you for watching, and I think that I'm just gonna leave off now, and I will talk to you again next week. Bye bye.